Hi, and welcome everybody to the MPL After Hours once again with another episode here. Today it's the GG episode here. The Gnie and Gideon here up in the MPL After Hours. Welcome to our humble guest here. It's good to have you on the MPL After Hours. Please introduce yourself to the world if they don't know you yet.
Hey guys, welcome to Gideon's channel, and thank you, Gideon, for having me. My name is Gnie, and yeah, we will just hang here a bit.
Yeah.
Right, Gideon?
Yeah, this is the after hours, baby. This is the time. This is the time. I've always wanted the after hours to be a space where it's basically the green room, dude. The green room. Once a cast is done, the game's over. 5-minute break. You head into the green room, and everybody's there just chilling. That's the MPL after hours, baby.
Pretty candid, pretty candid. Thank you again for having me. But how are you, Gideon? How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I'm doing very good, in a matter of fact. Speaking of good, obviously it's called the MPL After Hours for good reason. We're going to be talking about some MPL stuff, because when I look at the scoreboards and MPL ID, I wonder, am I really okay with this? Am I okay with how close everybody is technically on the board?
I mean, it's pretty much straightforward. Very competitive this season. You can see, especially as of this point, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams that are 4-5s, and technically RRQ has a game in hand. So potentially, they can also have a 4-5 record, and that is itself is crazy. And Onyx, they're third. They're third.
Yes, they're third. They're losing out to Bigatron Alpha and Aura Fire, bro. I don't know. Looking at the scoreboards, it hasn't been the greatest for some teams. And you guys are going with a double round robin format, right? So you all the teams have to play each other 2 times, correct?
Home and away, yes. Home and away format.
Home and away format. All right. So talk to me about last week, right? Which days were you casting for?
I casted Saturday.
You casted Saturday. Oh, so that's
yeah.
That's Dewa RRQ, AE versus Aura, Evos versus BTR.
Exactamente. You're correct.
Okay, awesome. What's going on with RRQ? I mean, I'm not gonna start with Evos because, like, man, it is rough road for them, right? I'm not gonna kick the horse while it's down, but RRQ on the other hand,
I gotta say, RRQ, they've been unlucky, and last season it has been. I don't want to say this, but it has been centered around Skylar. And last week, Skylar was ill. Gideon.
He was
so he was absent. So I think that's I don't want to say that's the main, the only reason, but I think that is one of the factors that why they lost. Thankfully, though, they only had a match that week, so I guess that L that they have to take is only 1. So I guess they can bounce back technically next week.
And it's not even that bad. They lost like what, 2-1? Yeah, not even a 2-0. So they mitigated.
Yeah.
So they kind of saved themselves there. Okay, Skylar was sick. That kind of makes a little bit more sense. What about on the brighter note here, like for Aura and BTR? Like specifically Aura, because I know how Mirko raves about BTR until they lost.
Let's talk about Aura. If you want to talk about Aura, I gotta say, Yaoi, one of the biggest impacts of transfers, right? I think he brings a lot in the table, and I think Aura, they need a roamer. It shows last season, and they have repaired in that department, and it's coming to fruition now. They're sitting second, very comfortable. I gotta say, this week, or up to this point, they were first for 10 minutes, by the way, Gideon. Till they recalculated. They will have to be satisfied second, but man, Aura, I did not expect Aura to be second week 5. That's all I can say.
Second by week 5. Where was your initial predictions where they would be?
Mid to bottom, mid to lower, on the tables, but I did not expect them to have a 6-3 record. I think I underestimated Gugun, of course. But then I guess this rookie, I don't want to say out of nowhere, but I guess he is just shining this season, especially.
Okay, real talk though,
Burgon.
because I wanted to talk about Gugun as well. Who is this kid? Who is this Gugun? The man who's got the MVP of the week, if I remember correctly, as well.
He
He got it
was
for week 5. Week 5, Gugun, week MVP.
he got 3 rookie of the weeks, if I'm not mistaken, and then he got player of the week
Jeez.
this week. So it shows, right? It shows that there's regeneration. I think that is also a very important aspect in the ecosystem. And then with Gugun as a rookie giving this sort of impact is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Background, he was an MDL player back in MDL ID season, and that's last season. In Boss Q, showing potential, but then again, MDL and MPL stage is very different. So of course there are still going to be a lot of doubts, but he has proven himself, showing that MPL, he is ready to take it.
Damn. Okay. Well, it looks like at least for the MDL sector, we have been seeing some pretty good players actually get produced over how long? How long has the MDL been running so far? At the very least,
9 seasons.
9 seasons. So that's about, and I'm guessing 2 seasons every year, right?
Yep, same like MPL.
Same like MPL. So that's about about to be 5 years. 4 to 5 years, and we've already gotten like pretty decent players all across the board. I mean, we got Sans is another story coming in from MDL. Who is it? Was it? Was it?
Lupi? Which team?
I'm thinking of mid laner. Was it? I can't remember if it was RRQ or did he start off in Evos first? I'm gonna double check that. Because I think he's benched right now. I'll see in a little bit.
Lutpi from MDL as well. We got we got a dozen. We got a handful, I guess, MDL players.
I think I think there's more MDL players coming in than imports at the very least.
Which is good, right? Which is a good sign.
It's a good sign.
In a sense, right? In a sense.
Honestly, I would rather have your problem. The grass is greener on the other side. We have too many imports and not enough like homegrown talents just yet. And our version of the MDL has just started. So I'll tell you now, it doesn't look very good.
Really?
Dude, have you seen our MAL? Our MAL, like some of these games make sense. And it's like, man, they got diffed, you know? It happens. It's to be expected. But other games, it's like, what is happening? What is going on?
Wow. I've heard stories. I've heard rumors like CC Rome. Did that happen, really? CC Rome?
Yep. We also had like an Alucard game in the jungle. Yeah, some wild stuff. It's the Wild West over there. Nobody's regulating it. Everybody's like just going wild with their picks.
On the brighter side, it's unpredictable.
It's unpredictable to the point. I wouldn't even say it's unpredictable. It's just like, man, it's no holds. Like it's bare knuckle. It's watching a bare knuckle boxing match.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's
like you like to see it, but somehow it's cringe.
Like eventually it starts like, man, when their face gets like really pulped up, and you're like, man, this is starting to become pretty gruesome. If I keep watching this, it's.
Oh my god. So I think that's interesting. And you got a Mandarin stream, right? Or is it
Oh yes, we do.
BM Mandarin? Or
yes, we
BM?
have a Mandarin stream. We have a Mandarin stream, and we have the main one, which is the BM side. We don't have an English broadcast for MAL, unfortunately.
Okay, that's crazy. You guys have 2 broadcasts for the MDL, quote unquote, right? The AMMAL. That's nice. It's growing then. How's the Mandarin broadcast.
I haven't been keeping up with it, to be fair, because I don't understand Mandarin, so it's hard for me to
True.
watch the show and be like,
True.
yes, this is good. Like, I have no clue what they're saying. I have zero clue on what they're saying, to be fair. I think
But that's interesting.
well, I don't know. I don't know whether there's like enough of a Chinese community in Malaysia to make that one kick off. Actually, I think that's there is a growing concern to a certain degree that it's like it's either not marketed enough or that people don't know, or is there no interest amongst the Chinese communities for MLBB? I don't know. It's tough to say. It's really tough to say.
Yeah, I mean you gotta start somewhere, but wow, okay, that's it's yeah,
Could
it's
be
interesting.
better. Could be a lot better.
Could be better. Okay, true. I haven't seen it in person, but I guess. But I guess on another note, Salango Red Giants, we talked about it off stream before the stream. They're going crazy. 8-0,
Yes.
4-0.
What do you want to know about Salango Red Giants? Because these boys, top of the leaderboard right now, undefeated, hasn't dropped a game, 2 O's all the way through. And they've taken some like they're done with the big teams in terms of like rotation of games, right? Their next upcoming games is against Barracuda, JP Niners, Monster Vicious, and as well as Bounty Esports. So they've already taken on the big guns.
Technically, calendar-wise, it's a smooth sailing on paper, right?
Yeah, on
So,
paper it looks like no problem. This is like no problem. The next couple of weeks is it's just preparing for the international at that point.
oh my God, who's their number one contender? Is it same as the standings, King Empire, or do you have another team in mind?
I think as of right now, I would have to say that King Empire is the only team that might stand a chance against them, right? I think that like Team Hawk right now is a little inconsistent. If it's a good game, it's a good game. If it's a bad game, then they're like, what are we doing? They kind of they're a little inconsistent here and there. Tordok, on the other hand, I think they're just becoming they're trying to get comfortable with themselves, right? They're playing very slow, methodical, but I think that like they don't have a real identity just yet, you know? Things that they want to generally play for.
Wow, interesting.
I would say, oh, actually, now that I think about it, the Homeboys have a shot. But then again, Homeboys, they started off weak. They've already played against SRG, unfortunately, right? So they always start off first 2 weeks a little slow, and then they start warming up. So last week we saw them actually a lot more warmed up compared to the first 2 weeks. They're looking much better now. I wish that matchup would happen like later down the line, but I guess we have to wait till playoffs.
Okay. Speaking of homeboys, how are you guys treating Udil?
Udil's having the time of his life, man. I was watching him on Daddy Hood's podcast, the owner of Homeboys, right? He's having the time of his life, dude. Oh, Malaysia, he says, is perfect. Oof.
It's good to know. It's good to know that you guys are treating, quote unquote, the Indo imports very well. Like Sutsujin, I guess is also performing considering his position on the standings. So yeah, good to know.
The Indonesians, I think, are the better transition for Malaysian environments, to be fair. I don't think it's like too crazy. I don't think it's too crazy that like they would integrate it. It probably would have happened sooner if we had more money in this industry, but it is what it is. Okay. But yes, the Indonesians are doing fairly well. Even like Saken from like Team Hawk is doing pretty good as well. So I think in terms of the let me look at the list of imports here. Are they all part of teams who are doing well currently? Xwin, yep. Udil, yes. Sutsujin, Team Hawk. Barbosa, Barbosa, Malvis, and Max. Okay, these are the 3 imports who are on teams that are struggling right now. Real bad. Like, I feel like Max are for Niners. Niners have like an incredibly strange problem. They are just not. It's just they're not jiving well.
They're not jiving well.
They're not jiving
Wow.
well. Yeah,
Okay.
they're not like playing as a team. They're very like all over the place, right?
Mm.
They're kind of like Evos Legends when it's red alert time, they start switching out their players. That's what they were doing. That's what they were doing for MPL MY at.
Okay. Okay.
So
So speaking of Evos, though, I think they're doing very well. They've repaired the situation
is
in
it
ID.
okay? Is it really okay though?
It's better than the first couple of weeks, is all I can say. They're sitting at 6, which is green zone for now. Sure, record wise, it's not safe, but the season, who is safe, right?
Uh huh. Uh huh.
They've gotten a win against Onyx and Bigatron.
Okay. How? How did they do that? How did they, in your opinion, what changed in Evos to secure
Okay.
this win?
I think apart from the roster change, of course, brands, right? Brands finally again stabilizing that team, and with Dreams, I think it's still the dynamic duo, right? Brands and
Mm-hmm.
Dreams, I think, are still the a very tough opponent to beat, and they've shown that they have heart. They, I think that's what is different, based on my observation looking at Evos. Week 1, week 2, even up till week 3, there's no direction. There's no clear direction in game.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess with this, I don't want to say subtle, but it's a big change. But now they know who to center, who they know who to listen to, perhaps in game, and I think results wise, very positive, very positive.
Is there a future for this team? Is there like an international level of like polish that you can imagine on this car?
This second, not yet.
This second, okay, but is it possible? Is there an image?
Huh. Is there an image them lifting a trophy?
I mean, it's not just them. Because keep in mind, if you have like an absolute image of them in peak form, this roster, this current lineup in their peak form compared to everybody else's peak form, do you think they could do it?
Mhm. They can be a contender, is all I can say.
So
I think they can be
top two minimum if
top
they
2,
hit
top
it.
3, maybe an upset here and there. But yeah, I think they can be a contender, but I don't think they can. They are not there yet. They're not the number 1 favorites yet.
What's missing though? What do they need?
What's
What's the
missing?
ingredient? What's the ingredient they need to this sauce to make it good?
I think they need. I think they need. Ooh, it's a very good and tough question.
Don't you dare say more hard.
Oof.
This it's
Okay, more
saturated,
heart.
man. More,
But
even
yeah, okay.
more.
They need. I think they need a mid laner that can play make.
A playmaking mid laner? Playmaking mid laner. Is Claw just too passive? Is that
I
what's
think
going on?
I don't want to say it's too passive. I think he brings the balance, right?
Uh
But
huh.
um, if they can have a playmaking mid laner, I think they can execute things more sharper. I think they can be sharper right now. I'm not saying Claw is bad. I think Claw, again, good balance. That's why they have the results. But if you look at Moreno, if you look at Sans,
Uh huh.
they're a mid laner that has the killer instincts, that can solo kill, that can make these crazy plays mechanically or even like macro wise. And I think Claw needs to let himself go and perhaps tap into that. I'm gonna get a kill here. I'm gonna go aggressive and try to play make for my team once in a while. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I think that's what is lacking in that roster.
You need a season 8 Clay.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, creative.
very yeah, like creative ways to be able to kind of like sneak a kill here and there, still able to play make, aggressive to take space, that kind of guy.
Maybe it's good for them now because they do not want to have a lot of. It's good because they. I don't. I think Claw brings balance ego wise. I think. Okay, let's give Brands to be the top dog. Let's give Brands the kill and whatnot. But tap into your. It's okay to ego peak sometimes.
It's okay to ego peak sometimes. It's okay to trade. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that like having a playmaker is always good. Man, the only hope I have as of right now for like a meta that rewards people for playmaking so far has just been the Filipinos, man. Because they're the only side that seems to make some of these plays actually work unless you're making like a significant mistake.
Yep. Yep. There you go. There you go. Completely. And yeah, I think if Claw can tap into that killer instinct, this team can go far. With the dreams, Brands, crazy.
It would be good. It would be good to see some new. It would be good to see them try and rise back into the top. To be fair, that's like as much MPL I've had for a night. I think for the most part of it, I've been curious to know, Gnie. A lot of your life has been shrouded, to me at the very least, has been shrouded in mystery. I want to know the Gnie timeline.
Ooh.
Tell me the Gnie timeline. I am curious how'd you grow up? How did it all begin? Give me ages, give me time, give me events, give me core memories.
Ooh, this is interesting. Interesting. So okay. I was born in 96, right?
Yeah, best year ever.
Shout out 96ers. Not the 69ers. But yeah, 96 and I think at the age of 4, I got the privilege to go to the States with my mom.
You went to the States with your mom?
Yeah. My mom went there first.
Okay.
And then I had to come through. I had to follow her. And then I lived there for a good 1.5 years. Yes.
So you were like 4, so that means between ages 4 to 5 you were in the States. Wait, where in the States were you guys living in? And why were you there in the first place, actually?
I guess my mom was looking for a better life or a better opportunity there.
Uh-huh.
She's looking for something, I guess. I didn't ask this question, but yeah, I guess she was there. But and my aunt was already there. So yeah, my aunt and my grandma was already there, so she also went there to visit them and also look for opportunities, I guess. Yeah. But she was pregnant at that time. So I had a baby brother who was born there. And there you go. Me and my brother living in the States 1.5 years. Moved back to Indo. I forgot what the problem was, but it wasn't intentional. There was a problem between, I guess, my mom and I guess my aunt at the time. Maybe it was
it's a family dispute. It's not like
it was.
I thought it was like a government thing. Like, they were just being like, these Indowns and Jings, we gotta kick them out of the country.
Yeah, but yeah, suddenly there's this drama. I don't know what the drama was.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, we had to move back, and then we moved back, and then I lived a normal life, of course. Elementary school here, middle school, high school, um, and then uni, which I dropped out after a couple of, well, not a couple of years, but after, yeah, I mean, after a while, I dropped out, and
Uh-huh.
then come to the, I played PUBG, but then my friends moved to ML, and then I was forced to move to ML, and then my friends introduced me to Mobile Legends, and then that's where I started playing.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Okay, let's dial this back. Let's dial this back. Well, give us some context. How big is your family? Right? How big is your family? How would you describe your family? Is your family like well off? Is your family like okay? Is your family dirt poor? Is your family billionaires? Next in line for the Google heritage?
Oh my god, no, no, no. My family, okay. There was a certain period of time where my family is comfortable, and then it hit on the decline up to a point to a rock bottom when I
What?
was around uni.
Huh? What
Hmm.
happened? Was this all because of COVID or something? What?
No, no, no. It was more of a separation in a sense, right? There was a separation,
Uh huh.
and then it started to decline, and then almost rock bottom, and then that's why I think I was being an asshole. Uni, I want to drop out and whatnot, and then yeah, I mean, and then that's where I think I need to create a story for myself, in a sense.
In a sense, I feel there's so much to unpack here. What? What?
This is not therapy,
What
Gideon. This is
the?
not therapy. This is not therapy.
It may not be therapy, but what the fuck am I supposed to get out of that? I am left with more questions than I got answers out of that one. Okay, wait. I'm curious about. Kamran's asking a question in the chat, and I was curious about this too. Curious about this as well, right? Why'd you drop out? Why'd you drop out of uni? I mean, I know a thing or two about dropping out of uni, but like, what was your reason eventually? I mean, what were you doing in the first place in uni? What were you studying for?
Hospitality and tourism management. Are you are you familiar with that? It's basically
Sector? It's like service,
yeah.
right?
It's service. It's mostly it's usually after graduation you go to you work in a hotel or build a restaurant. Hospitality
Oh,
and tourism
okay.
management. Yep. So I was
Okay.
in that field, and I guess I wasn't mature enough to see that things happen for well things do happen, and yeah, I just rebelled. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to continue uni because of the situation that I was in, or the situation that my parents put me in. It was just more of blaming everybody than like taking responsibility or having that responsibility of you need to continue no matter what. You need to study no matter what.
Do you regret it? Like not finishing the degree at the very least?
Here, do I regret it? I I don't want to say I regret, but if only. It's like if only I continue. There are there are days that I think about it, but not to a degree that I feel depressed in a
Oh,
sense.
okay. That's a good way of putting it. That's a good way of putting it.
Hmm.
All right. So now you got to describe to me what this rock bottom is like. Well, give me the Gnie POV experience of like during that time. So you're mad, you're angry, you're like rebelling against the world. What is a day in his life?
It was just, I guess, just conflicts with my mom particularly. conflicts with my mom, and then I still went to uni but didn't study properly, just hanging out, and then it's just like that repeating, and
Repeating.
then yeah, I mean, not studying, not taking tests seriously.
Uh,
Don't do that, guys. Do not try this at home.
don't try that at home. What's the most
Mhm.
down bad you've been, Gotti? What's the most down bad? At a certain point, you probably when you hit that rock bottom, there's that clarity where you're like, what am I doing? What was it for you?
Hmm. Wow, that's. I guess I don't want to say I can't answer that, but I guess I can answer in a. I guess I can
Give
answer
me the
that I
PG
hate. I
13
really
version.
okay, but no, I can't answer that. But I can say I hate moving houses. It's just too much of a hassle.
Yeah, it's
And
a
at
pain
that
in the
point of
ass, right?
and at that point of time, we had to move, I guess, twice or almost thrice in a span of 1.5 years, which I really hate. And that's why I guess, like, whoa, and that's why I think I build up resentment in a sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why I started acting. But again, guys, do not get ideas because of this. But I guess you can guys can learn if you're going with the same way, if you're dealing the same shit and whatnot. Just take it on the chest. Do what you gotta do.
I've been wondering how you keep it all together, Gunny. I feel like nothing phases you. From all the time that I've known you, nothing seems to phase you. I don't know. I've had a lot of, I don't know how to explain it. A lot of very Gunny-esque experiences. like,
Yeah.
there's no better way to explain it. I think even Mirko and Rashi have mentioned it as well into the Gunny verse. The full Gunny experience.
A lot of yeah. I mean, you've witnessed it at the ATM.
Yeah, yeah, when you were over
You
for
were there,
LaFell's
right?
wedding, yeah. Yeah. We were all fun. We were all sitting in the car. It was me, my girlfriend Amy, or Space Cato as you may know her, Arashi, Merkel, and Gani. And the Indos needed to withdraw some cash. So we parked the car in front, in front of the bank. They go out, two of them come back, right? It's Mirko and Arashi. They both come back into the vehicle first, and then it's Gani who comes out last. We're sitting in the car, we're chit chatting, right? And then we see Gani come out, right? And then he walks out. And in that car, in front of that bank, it was our vehicle, it was our vehicle, which was an Axia, and then there was another vehicle as well, which was also the exact same wait, no, it wasn't the exact same model. That's the funnier part. It was a Myvi. It was a Myvi. It's two
I
different
can't
model
tell.
cars from the same company, two different colors.
Different colors, yes.
Different colors. Gani walks out. He looks around. He starts opening this door. He opens the door to the Myvi. And guess what? There's somebody inside the vehicle. And from our POV, we're looking at this go down. We're like, no, Gani, no. Gani, no. And then we start rolling down the windows as Mirko and Arashi are losing their shit. As Gani opens his door, and this poor Indian lady inside of the Myvi freaks out and looks back, looks at Gani, and he's just like, oh, oh
No,
no.
no.
Raises his hands up, closes the door, walks on over to our car, and we're just like profusely apologizing, gesturing it to that poor lady. That's from my POV. What was your POV?
It was exactly as is. I was okay. I walked out, saw the first car that was in the that was I thought your car was the nearest from the gate or from the door. So you know what? I walk with confidence. That's Gideon's car. There are no other cars in the world, all right? So I was just. There was a split second where is Arashi and Mirko? Because I saw that the mirrors or the glasses weren't shaded, right? It was a
Uh-huh.
clear glass. So split second, where's Mirko and Arashi? I thought are already in the car. I just opened it. whoa, that's not Amy. And then she was like, oh, whoa, whoa. So no, 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 no. And I was like, oh, sorry. And then I was just I close the door. Ah, there's the car. Okay. Shamelessly just walk. And then yeah, of course we apologize and whatnot, but that was the story of that night.
Oh
Oh
boy.
my god.
Oh boy. I don't know. A lot of Gnie-esque experiences from what I'm hearing. This isn't the only time where something of this sort has happened or occurred. It's one of those things that you have to be around to understand.
Yep. 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 That was a good trip though.
It was a good trip.
Malaysia.
Malaysia is always. I'm telling you, Malaysia's always a good time. Malaysia's always a very, very good time. We do our best as hosts to show you the best that Malaysia has to offer, even if it might not be our MLBB. But we have other things. We got other things going for us.
Come again. Wait. Come again.
We got things going for us. Maybe not our MLBB, but we've got like other things going for us.
Hey, don't underestimate your MLBB. I mean, I can see why. Udal is having a blast there. All I can say.
Looking for a retirement home, maybe. I'm kidding. They are competitive. They are competitive. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. But it's just the way things are, man. Our track record doesn't look good. We barely make it out of groups these days in an international. I just want us to make it to the playoff stage, man. If we don't even make it through groups, that's already a statement in and of itself. And we had multiple representatives as well. It hurts. It hurts when I think about it. And we worked so hard for one of the qualification spots when we didn't need to.
Maybe this year you didn't. Maybe this year.
That's what I tell myself. That's what I smoke every night before I go to bed. That's the name of my good kush, Malaysia Boleh. Man, I got to do that on broadcast one of these days.
Ooh.
Hello there. Speaking of which, how did you get into casting? This isn't like a traditional job. This isn't like by any means like a normal thing for people to be doing. But for you specifically, what was your journey?
Okay, so I mentioned earlier about my friends introducing ML. And we played a couple of good. Yeah, we played long hours on ML.
I saw the PTSD. Just people shouting at each other, at each other's throats over video games.
Yeah, I mean, like mornings. Dusk till dawn type, like Mobile Legends. I wasn't doing anything. I was just playing, and then there's this post on Instagram, MPL ID, that they're looking for a shoutcaster. They're looking for someone to audition. Here are the first initial steps. Go here, clip a video, download this clip that is on mute. You guys take over, voice over it, and then I do exactly the steps. And that was the whole initial process, right? And then I just waited. I sent it. I've uploaded on YouTube, private of course, and now it's private. But after that I just waited for the callback. But then story is it took them long to contact you. Up to a point that I wasn't expecting a call.
So how long was this?
Okay, so it was around October. I remember because it was around my birthday that I sent. So it was late September. It's late September that I've uploaded the video. Waited, and guess when did Moonson contacted me? Guess when did they contacted me?
December.
It's January.
January,
and also late January, if I remember correctly, like late January. So I wasn't expecting any callbacks. I was already like ready to perhaps move on from waiting, like maybe looking for other opportunities. But then they contact me late January. Hey guys, we are going. It was season 7 MPL, right?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, we are going up and running um around March, I believe. So you guys got a month to prepare. You guys now are a caster. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy because I thought we had more time to prepare, quote unquote, after the after the initial
Audition.
response.
So
Yeah.
they just threw you straight into the deep end, right? They're just like, here's the first day, here's the rundown, like figure it out.
More or less it's like that. More or less it's like that.
Wait, who was what was your very first desk? Who was like on your very first desk?
It was an MDL. It was an MDL show though. It wasn't MPL, so it was MDL. That was my
Oh.
first casting experience. It was an MDL, and then the weekend was the MPL. So weekday it was, I believe, I think there was Momo Chan, and I forgot the other partner. Unfortunately, it was a TriCast.
Well, we're trying to try cast. Were you doing it in English or is it just like
It
Bahasa?
was Indo.
It was Indo
It
first.
was MDL. Yeah, MDL Indo. The MPL was I auditioned for English. Yep.
Okay, so then how? Then when did the transition happen? When did like you have the opportunity to go to the English broadcast?
No, I think I auditioned for English. Sorry, I missed the story. I auditioned for the English broadcast.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I didn't sign up for the Bahasa, but I knew that they knew that if I can do English, maybe I can do Bahasa, and that is that's what happens. So they put me up on the MDL schedule and also the MPL English schedule. But then, yeah, before that, I had no. Prior to that, I had no experience of casting whatsoever.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, okay. So when did they decide to put you on the English desk? Like how long did it take before you actually
I,
got to that point?
I it was straight up like the moment where they call you back, January.
Oh.
The it was you're a caster now. Here's your schedule. Bam.
Oh, and your schedule also included English broadcasts alongside the Bahasa ones as well. Ah, okay,
Bahasa
okay, okay.
MDL.
Okay, okay,
Yep.
okay. I was thinking they only like because usually they just lock you into like doing one until you have the opportunity
Mm-hmm.
or the chance to do the opposite
Yep.
one as well. Ah, that makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah. I
Okay,
think they
okay.
needed talents back then. They're they're really looking for new talents, and that's why it's automatic, quote unquote,
It's
back then.
automatic. Okay, okay, alright. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
ask this question to everybody, right? But as a
Okay.
caster and being around like Mobile Legends so much, we do things outside of the game, outside of the industry, just to kind of like take a chill pill, relax,
Mm-hmm.
have to do some real world business. So I'm curious about
Mm-hmm.
your real world business. What's a week in the life of Gnie, right? What do you have to worry about? What are your responsibilities as a human
Oof.
being?
Oof. 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 Okay. For now, I mean, I, guys, now I'm just a full-time caster. So weekdays, it's just me chilling, basically.
You chilling? Nothing else is
It's-
going on in
But
your.
yeah, I don't wanna. Yeah, technically you can say that, but apart from streaming, and I guess that's just it. You know, nothing is going on. I like to travel though, but then every day to day, it's just me chilling.
It's just you chilling. What does you chilling look like?
Very interesting, right?
Do you hang out with people? What do you fill your time with every day, man? What?
Okay. Now I think I can I'm one of those people that can enjoy having alone time, and I guess, yeah, I think I like just being on my phone, laying down, on my PC, and also I play with my friends. Played a lot of yeah. Just now I am actually just hanging out on Discord a lot.
Oh, you're a Discord kitten, huh? Gani, the day in the life of Gani is being a Discord
Unfortunately,
kitten.
it's very interesting. There you go, shoutcaster.
But then, like, what are your plans? I mean, you are living comfortably. I do not deny that. Are you living on an is there like, are you living on an income that allows you to live comfortably?
Very good question. Perspective wise, perspective, comfortable. Yeah, it's relative, but I think yeah, I now I do need to get more bread.
You do
Now
need
I
to
need
get
to
more
ground
bread.
myself. Yes. So
Uh-huh.
again, it's gonna be it's going to be different. Now I think I need to grind more. Whether it being having a day-to-day job, having or streaming and whatnot. But I need to add more quality in my day-to-day.
Uh-huh. 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 You say you live comfortably and you need more bread. So that really begs the question where your bar on what comfortably is. How much I'm so curious how much all of that costs right now. I want to know how much your expenses are. I'm curious. I'm so curious about it. But it's fine. It's fine. That's we'll talk about that after stream. I'm trying to figure out how do you live a life that like you right now, man. I wish I could be living that life, but there's too much to do, too much responsibility.
Oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah. I can see your point. But I think it's just because yeah, I think yeah. I get your point and I can see why my life isn't interesting now. So it was more interesting back then. I think that's also a big part that where I lacks a lot
Oh.
nowadays.
Oh, okay. Like from before. From before.
Like high school, uni. Well, I'm in uni for the most part because of the drama and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a form of revenge that you know what, like fuck all this. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna chill.
Just living your day to day.
Mm-hmm.
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 I get it. I get it. Are you an extrovert or introvert?
Okay. According to Myers Briggs, I'm more of an intro than extro, but then it's around the 50% area, so it's very close. But like I said, I can enjoy my me time. I can enjoy me quality time, doing everything, doing anything that I want alone, and that's also sometimes during events, during gatherings. Also, I do my show my extrovert side,
Uh huh.
and then I recharge also on sites sometimes. Just completely drift away, completely be silent, and I think now I'm more of an introverted person.
Hmm. Could it be age? Is age changing you, Gani?
Am I that old though? Are we
Fine.
old, Gideon?
I mean, yeah, we're getting there. I'm not gonna lie. We're getting.
True.
I've definitely had thoughts about this. I definitely have thought about this more than once in my lifetime. Even before, I am now in a happy relationship. I think even the relationship included is
Mm-hmm.
probably also the reality check as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, it's a big part. Yeah. Now, good to know. I mean, I'm very lucky to have like a partner, Eterna, Rachel, that is within the industry, so she understands But more so now, yeah, with a relationship with a partner now, I can see more responsibilities and whatnot and whatnot. Yeah.
Gani, tell me, what's the dream life for you? What's the goal, all penultimate goal that you have that you want to
Okay.
achieve before you go, before you pass, before you move on to the next one?
I think now, my big well, my the dream is to have a business. I think I am growing or heading towards that. Well, not right now per se, but I am going to go towards that department, growing a business, having a business, multiple ones as well.
Oh.
Have a family,
Mm-hmm.
2 kids, and just live.
What kind of a
Straightforward.
business are we talking about here? What kind of multiple business is it? Does it have to do with like owning a restaurant chain? Like what is this?
By multiple, I think it's, yeah, having a multiple sectors of business, like one in F&B, one perhaps in clothing and whatnot. Um, of course, if the business goes well, I will expand more location maybe, or um, putting more sectors. But I think for now, it's just the dream is having multiple business to make money, make money,
I'm trying to
make
figure
money.
out how envisioned this dream is right now. What? Wait, I'm trying to figure it out. These are home. Are these your own businesses, or are these businesses that you've invested in?
Oh, I think I'll, yeah, own.
You're gonna own these businesses. All right. If you're gonna own these businesses, what's the name of it? What's the Sundra Berhad? What's the well, what do they call it in the other country? I can't remember. I only know the Malaysian one.
Okay, I'm open to ideas. Okay,
Wait, you don't even have the business idea. Wait.
I do, but it's bad. It's bad. I do have it, but
Hit it.
it's
Hit me
cringe.
with it. Hit me with it. Sell me
It's
your
just
business. I am your angel investor right now. Wait, hold on. Give me
so
a
cringe
sec.
though.
I'll give me a second. This is your pitch. I am your angel investor right now. Please look at me in the eyes when you're talking to
I
me.
need more
I'd
time. I need more
appreciate.
time, man. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Get in. What
Sorry, I'm just putting on
cute
putting on
dress though.
something. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It's part of the blazer. It pops into this.
What a
I thought
change,
this
man.
figure would be a lot more to your liking.
It's inspiring, but okay. Um. It's the name is so cringe though. But there was this. So me and my friends are jokingly around to make a burger joint,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just Burgons. Burgonz. That's the that's the pitch. And now
That's
invest me, Gideon. I need 3 million USD.
You need three. I'm gonna need more information than a name and a burger business. I need more. What? Burgons? Burgons?
Yeah,
Okay. What's
it's
what's
very
the
cringe.
what's the unique selling point about your burger business here, Gani?
Oh my god, this is a serious question. Okay, my
I mean,
god.
if you're shitting around, I'm pretty sure you guys dove deeper into the idea at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, okay. The joke was having my picture everywhere on the menu, having my picture everywhere on the logo and whatnot. Of course, not gonna be like that. But having a joint would be cool. And if you give me 3 million USD, name any city, capital cities, there will be a Burgons, right? Abu Dhabi, Kuala Lumpur, Jakarta, New York, LA.
You know what?
That's my guess.
I'm sold. I'm sold on the
Sold?
Burgons. Burgons. You and me, we can make this work. You and me can make this work for sure. We're gonna turn this into a multi-million-dollar business here. So that's gonna be our fake sponsor of the day, Burgons. This is your sponsor right here, right now, Gnie. Get ready for it because I'll intro it and we'll riff off of and see what we can come up with. We're gonna improv this shit, right? This is Burgon's sponsor. Take one with Gnie. Go.
Burgon's taking over. MPL regions will be sponsored by Burgons.
MPL regions will be sponsored by Burgons. If you come to a Burgons near you, make sure that you tell them that you're a fan and show them your rank, because depending on your rank, you might get free Burgons and Burgon Nuggies. Burgon Nuggies?
Burgon Spicies.
Burgon Spicies! Yes, we can't forget the Spicies.
And also, we sell smoothies.
Oh, you sell smoothies as well. Okay. Burgon swirls. Oh man, the Burgon is really hard to incorporate in everything. I'm not gonna lie.
True.
Might need to work on the name a little bit. But I think for those of you who want to be supportive of the channel, please use the code Burgons to get your 10% off the next time you buy a burger or a smoothie or a nuggie. Or spicy, all of them, all of which 10% discount for you with the code Burgons. Thank you, Burgonies, for sponsoring today's MPL After Hours.
That's a good one. Very good improvisation there. Oh my god.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
Very creative.
I am good when it comes, maybe not improv, but I'm good at transitioning. That is one of my signatures. I recently I actually got a compliment about it the other day from a producer from ESL. We were doing the Free Fire Mobile Masters for SPS. And he was complimenting me as just like, Gideon, I don't know how you do it, but you always do it perfectly. Transition to the next ad, and then he quickly tells me what the ad read is. It's like, we're going to Monster Energy in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I riff off whatever I'm talking about. Instant segue.
Wow. I think that's a skill. That's a skill.
I'm a beast
that
at
you
it.
Need to. I'm not doubting it. But what about you, Gideon? Can you tell us how you get into casting?
How I got into casting? I got into casting was pretty much very similar to your story, actually. Except it started with a different video game. I don't know if I've told this story before. I definitely didn't tell the story on the podcast. But last time, there was this company called Garena. You ever heard of Garena? Yeah, sure. Yeah. They were dominant in Southeast Asia, and I was interested in their game League of Legends, which they were helping to push out. And in the Garena client, right? They have newsletters, because this is old. We don't have newsletters nowadays, but in our time, in the early 2000s, when you guys were just wee baby little boys, we had these newsletters, which were these banners which told us about the latest things happening with the game. And one of the tabs just happened, they had this rotating tab, right? So every 30 seconds, it would just move on to the next image and the next image. One of them happened to be auditioning to be a host, right? Me, the child I am, couldn't tell the difference between a host and a commentator. I thought they were the exact same thing. I didn't know the difference. I was a kid. So I submit my application. They said yes, and I'm like, okay, awesome, cool. I go on over. I get through it, and I asked them, oh, so we're just taking care of the stage and everything. We're not actually going to commentate the game. And they were like, oh, no, but we do have a workshop for that, and an audition coming up for that, much later down the line. So if you stick around, then who knows? Maybe you'll get the opportunity. And I was like, yeah, I'm sticking around. So I went for every one of their programs, right? They had one for hosts, they had one for writing, and then they had one for commentary. So I stuck around for all of them. I did hosting, I did writing, and then finally I went and started to do shoutcasting. And from then on, that's where my shoutcasting career began.
Wow, that's good, right?
I
Because I
don't
think the
know.
three intertwined. You host, you can cast, you can host, you have host aspect. And also, I like that interesting part. They also have a workshop for writing.
Yeah, man, blogs were a big thing. I mean, social media wasn't, it was big, but like not as integrated as it is nowadays, you know? It was still like a
Yeah.
very new thing, so people still needed writers for like websites, for coming up with articles and things like that. It's all part of it, right? And from that point onwards, I felt very prepared. Well, would I say prepared? I don't really know, because it's like very surface level stuff, right? But it's an introduction to it, at the very least. And then finally, when I was like doing shoutcasting, same situation as you. They kind of we were supposed to get trained, and by the end of
Mm.
like 6 weeks, that's when we were like supposed to actually have cast, and the last 2 weeks would be like mock casting and doing an official cast. By like day the third rotation, the third week came about, they just threw us on a live broadcast, and we were like shitting our pants.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how me, Husky, and Contra started off. All three of us, all from the same
Okay.
place.
Okay. Interesting. 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 Okay. That's wow. Okay. Man. What else? So when did that shift happen? Right after LOL, and then when did you shift to ML?
I shifted to ML because of another caster, Matthew, like an OG OG caster, casted with me up until MSC 2019. So that was
Hmm.
like a really long time ago. Really, really long time ago. And then after 19 was like M1. So by M1 he already had left. He had joined Evos at that point.
Wow.
Yeah, his story is
Wow.
pretty crazy. His story is pretty crazy, but like, yeah, that's just the way it is, man. We all come from different places, but we all generally have like the same the same upbringing of, oh, yeah, you've been selected, now go and cast right now. Go and do your thing, monkey. Dance, monkey.
Yeah, that was similar. Similar experience. Was like I thought there would be like group work, workshops and whatnot, but no. Here's the calendar. Now cast.
No, cast. I'm curious, Gani.
Mm-hmm.
On a casting level, what grinds your gears? You've been casting for a while now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've been casting for a
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
total of how long?
Since 2021, so
"2021.
a good 4 years.
A good 4 years and approaching quick to 5. Wow, that's
Mm-hmm.
been a while. So you've had
Mm-hmm.
multiple different partners, and I think it's safe to say you've got experience in the biz. So what grinds
Mm-hmm.
your
Mm-hmm.
gears when you get on that table? What's something that the other person does that just pisses you off?
Oh. Hmm. That's a very good question. It's a very tough question. Have I tilted while casting? Let me think. Let me think. I think when the other person doesn't know portions, doesn't know his or her roles, it might tick me off.
What do you mean might? What do you mean might though?
It might like do your portions, do your roles, in a sense. Because now, maybe because now we know who's what. I think we have established a good understanding of that, of what roles and whatnot. But if yeah, but I mean, I don't think I have experience. Well, there was one, I guess, but it wasn't really it was more triggering the others. But yeah, I think it's when you don't know your roles.
Hmm.
Mhm.
What? Just not knowing your roles, nothing else.
And portions.
And portions.
And
Hey, this list is getting longer now. What happened to mine? Yeah.
but I don't think I've ever have I? Yeah, yeah, I think it's more towards that.
It's more towards that. Connie, when's the last goddamn time you've legitimately been mad about something? That's what I want. Because you're the kind of guy that gives me that energy where you're like perpetually just phased out of life. You're perpetually just high on that good shit. You're just constantly smoking that good shit on that daily basis. How do you, what? Do you ever have a day where you're just like, fuck that guy? Like genuine anger?
Hmm. Not recently, but yeah, not recently
The
though.
fact that you have to think so long about it. How many years has it been?
When's the last time? Yeah, I think it's yeah. No, I don't think I get mad easily, and I don't get mad too often. So it's me trying to like recall. But yeah, it's very hard to piss me off, I guess.
You are unbelievable. How do you fucking do it, dude? What are you on?
Mm.
You gotta let me in on your secrets.
I guess there's this term stoic, right? I guess I is that a good way to describe me? Stoic,
Stoic, I
stoicism.
mean, stoic, yes, that is a way to describe you. I would agree. It's definitely a synonym, but I don't feel like it completely captures it.
True. Hmm. Yeah, it's much more deep. Stoicism is much more deep, but yeah, it's just knowing what you can control and you can't control. If something you can't control pisses you off, then I guess that's on you because you can't control it. Just
Uh-huh.
But if there's a way that you can control it and and pisses you off, then change it because it's within your realm, it's within your control. Then change the situation. You try to find a solution, but if it's out of your control, then why bother? Why be
Uh,
pissed?
okay. Okay. I gotta get something. What pet peeve? There's gotta be a pet peeve at the very least.
Pet peeve. Okay. Pet peeve.
Jesus Christ, he has to think about that too! What are
Pet peeve.
you?
Okay. I know it's gonna sound like pretentious
It's
and
fine, it's a
whatnot, but
pet peeve. That's the point.
someone who isn't intellectual. I'm not saying I'm the brightest. I'm not saying that I'm smart. I'm not saying that I'm the smartest person in the world. But sure, if I can't talk to you, then who can? You know?
Wait, so you feel like you can talk to anybody?
At my ex, if I want to, yes. If I do want to talk to you, if I do want to really talk about deep stuff, yes. I feel like I can talk to anybody, whatever the background, whatever the. Of course, if you speak the same language, but yes. But I feel like I can talk to anybody.
Hmm.
I think that's my plus point.
That's your superpower.
Can That's my superpower.
I've seen you do
Talk to
it.
anybody.
I've seen you do it. I've seen you put the Gnie charm on. I've seen this man just go instantly. He's just part of the room, baby. He's part of the room. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
When was this?
This is what
When was this?
this is when we were in Indo. when we were over for M4 Bali.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah, that's when I knew for sure. It's just like it doesn't matter. He just turns it on. He's just like, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Yeah, but I feel like I can talk to anybody. But then if the receiving end or the other, if my opponent, quote unquote, is cringe, I'm cringed out. Cringed out.
If he's not smart enough to talk to me at the same level, this guy is a fucking dumbass. I can't talk to you. I see why you mean. I see why you mean by pretentious.
I was like, if okay, you don't know what a country is? Okay, fine.
You haven't heard of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
You don't know.
You don't know.
If you don't know, Asia's not a country.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I see where you're coming from. I see
Okay.
where he's coming from. Wait, what religion are you? Are you a part of any religion? Are you
Okay.
a free thinker? You a Christian? You a Muslim? You a what's another Buddhist?
I'm born and raised Catholic.
Born and raised Catholic.
Mm-hmm. Mom used to take me to church every Sunday. Almost every Sunday, but yeah, she takes me to church. But now dot.
Hmm. Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
But by dot, I mean I don't go to churches anymore.
Okay, okay, fair enough, fair enough. I'm like, were you gonna say you burnt the church down, or you? I was like, this could be anything. I was worried there for a second. Oh boy, oh boy. So born and raised Catholic the entire time. Was your mom ever like skeptical of Rachel over Turna? Was she? Because I know my mom has definitely like given me advice. You gotta marry a good Christian girl.
Okay. Mom isn't too surprised because
Okay, what?
I was already absent in the religion department since I guess 2017, 2016, 2018, around those years where I started to not go to church and just be a good boy, you know?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So mom isn't too surprised in that sense. Mom is yeah, just I guess just mom now. My mom now is just wants me to be better
Be
in whatever shape or form.
be better. She's become more altruistic about it. She's got
But yeah,
damn. Makes me wonder, man, how bad of a boy were you? Gotta you sly dog. You must have been so bad. Why did she walk in on you or something? Like you doing some hard shit, some hardcore
no,
stuff.
no. It's not that. It's just I guess if we do want to go there, I guess we as a kid, when we were kids,
Mm-hmm.
we thought our parents were the hero. You know, they wouldn't make a mistake. They would do the right thing. They know, um, they know how to make the kids happy and whatnot. But then, because of so and so, because of life, and yeah, I think I was just disappointed in particularly my mom's decision making,
Mm-hmm.
and then I couldn't see her the same way in a sense. So that change, and not I think not until recently that I guess I expected too much. I yeah, I guess again, parents are still human beings. They can make a mistake, mom and
Mhm.
dad. So that's where I have more acceptance and more or less resentment in a sense towards my madre.
I see, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to dig too deep. I don't want to dig too deep, but I'm curious to know about like where is your dad in all of this? What happened? What happened to your father figure?
Okay. So, okay, oh my God, I can't believe
Is this the
it's gonna
crux of
happen.
it?
It's gonna happen on stream. Is it gonna happen on stream?
It doesn't have to. If you're not okay with it, we don't have to. We don't. I don't want to push you into that. I'm throwing things that I'm curious about there about out there.
Sure.
If it makes you nervous, it's making me nervous, dude.
uh, okay. Okay. Uh, I'll touch the surface.
You'll touch the
Don't
surface. All
worry.
right. If you have to
Mm-hmm.
talk to me like I'm a 5-year-old. I'm 5-year-old you, and you're like, I have amnesia. Tell me how to be Gnie. What do I need to
No.
know to become
Okay.
you?
No. Okay. Um. So. Wait. One moment. Headset's low battery. Right. Okay.
All right.
So. Uh. Hmm. So growing up, it was me, my mom, my brother,
Mm-hmm.
me, my mom, my brother, and my stepdad. So
Okay.
my biological father. So that's where is actually the start of it all, right? I was born, but there was already uh like there was a yeah my father was absent. So there you go, and then life was that's normal for me. I think that's or I accepted that. So it was me, my stepdad, and my brother. But then, long story short, high school towards uni, my mom and my stepdad separated. That is
Oh.
where things go downhill.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I started to yeah. So yep, yeah. That's I guess that's where the my biological father absent. My step was not in the picture
Uh-huh.
after uni.
I see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dang, I did not know
Mm-hmm.
that. That is a can of worms. That is a can of worms. Have you? I wonder. Have you ever like? Did you ever get to see your biological dad, or were you like curious at any point about it? Like, because I'm going based off of the like theory that like, or the I wouldn't even say theory, like movie stereotype that if you don't know your father, and I think like it's a very normal thing to feel or a normal thing to think of that if you don't know your parent from like a very young age and you grow older, wouldn't you be a little curious at the very least?
Okay, so that's a very good question, but how I view it is I wasn't curious actually growing up. Again, to
Oh.
my in my eyes, it's normal, right? I know that he's not my father since I think very young, so that didn't like shook me or anything. So,
Ah, okay.
but then at the age of 24, so around 4 years, 5 years ago,
Uh-huh.
my real dad visited me. So I met my dad, my
What?
real dad. Yes,
Yo, that's what?
yes, yes. So it wasn't. I guess for them, for my mom and my real dad, was intentional, but I wasn't. But it was like it was lunchtime. It was lunch, and then suddenly there's this guy that I haven't met in my life. I don't know. Somehow looks like me, somehow resembles, but that at that point it didn't click. It hasn't clicked, right?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, we were just eating, we were just talking, blah 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 blah, and even then he wasn't. I don't know if he wasn't able to admit, but he didn't not admit that he was my dad.
Uh-huh.
Maybe he thought that it was natural for me to know, but he didn't state that, hey, I am your father. No.
He said it the exact same way as well. It's crazy. We were on the desktop.
So,
I
yeah.
didn't even know how it got there. Interesting, dude. Thank you for sharing.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing this. This it's probably not easy to, especially like doing it on a random ass podcast. So this is the first time I'm hearing about it. I'm sure other counterparts have heard about it, but woof, rough stuff.
I mean, to be fair, only Rachel knows about this, I believe. So yeah.
Oh my god! I have a chance! Alright, let me just put these on so I can keep increasing my odds. Man, dang, wow. I did not know that. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just ingesting it. I'm just digesting this right now, processing all the information that I've gotten, Ah, dude, when you found out, was it weird? Was it like, oh, like, ugh.
It was okay. It was weird, but it was not weird. Because again, you ask like you mentioned earlier that are you not curious about your father or whatnot? The way I view it, if you're the dad, if you want to meet your son, you do it. And I don't think it's the son's job or the daughter's job to look for, especially if he's still in contact with my mom in a sense, right?
Uh-huh.
It's a different story if there was zero contact. If there was yeah, no contact whatsoever. No contacts whatsoever. Maybe that would be different. Maybe then the child or the kid would try to be curious. But the way I view it, you're the dad. If you want to see your son, you do the dirty dishes. You do the work.
I respect that.
Maybe that's me being. Maybe that's me being.
No. You can express your views. I agree with that. I think that as the adult, there is a certain onus. There's a certain responsibility as much as the human world wants to be fair. Life ain't fair, kid. And when you're older, you got to be able to take that leap because you don't expect the younger one to be able to kind of do that. I mean, they can. I'm not saying they can't. I'm saying it's just more preferable that way.
Yep, to each their own.
Yeah. Man, how much did you really look like your dad? Like out of 100,
Out of 100?
Yeah, were you like 80% of the way, or like is it just like he's like that kind of looks more like my brother? 75?
75.
Oh my god, dude.
75. That's why it caught me off guard in a sense why didn't it click the first time?
Did he also have long hair?
He has a shorter version of my hair, not this long.
I love it. I love it. That's funny. That is funny. Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you, dude. Gotti, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for opening up on the MPL After Hours. This is a first here for you guys. For us here at GQuest on the Discord channel, where we're gonna be hopping on real quick to answer some questions from you guys once this show is over. So once again, with that being said, we're gonna wrap this up and then we're gonna start doing the Q&A. If you guys want to be part of that Q&A, the Discord link is down in the description section. One of my moderators, could you please hit command for me? And you will also, and there should be one coming up in chat in just a little bit. But we will be answering questions afterwards. Once again, thank you so much, Gnie, and everybody watching here today. on the video itself, when I turn this into a video, where can they find you, Gnie?
Where you can find me,
Yes.
of course, Albert Gnie, YouTube, Albert Serafin, Instagram, and that's about it.
All right, Instagram, all the good stuff. That's all the platforms. Thank you so much to everybody. We're going to be stopping the recording here. Bye-bye. We're stopping the recording. We're going to be answering your questions. Yeah, just for the stream. We have the stream on Mondays. That's usually when we have it. Yeah. Okay, so that's just the recording over. For all of you who are in the live stream itself, you can come on over to the Discord and ask away with your questions, and we'll go through it together, Gnie. First question coming in.
First question
here. 2 questions to Gnie, and it's not an MPL topic because I know you are playing Valorant. Number 1, why are you streaming in the early morning for Valorant?
Hang on. What's the question? Sorry?
Why are you streaming in the early morning for Valorant?
Okay. So, why do I stream early morning, especially last month? It's an Indo thing. It's because during Bulan Ramadan, it's where people wake up around 3, around 2:30 till around 4 a.m. in the morning to eat before they do their fast.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I feel like that's a good time to stream, where people are just doing their. Oh wait, my camera's.
Oh, don't worry. I'm fixing your camera. You talk away. I got this.
Okay.
I'll fix you.
Okay. Thank you. So again, during those times, that is quite straightforward. During Ramadan, people either stay up late, or they wake up around 2, around 3, till 4:30 to eat before they do their fast, and that's why I stream at those times, especially last month.
Smart. Okay. The question after that is...
Thank you for the question.
If all the teams in VCT Pacific offered you, what team will you take, and what role will you choose? They even nicely provided a little graphic of all the teams in VCT Pacific as of right now. So if you open up the Discord and head to the general chit chat, you'll see it there. If you need a point of reference.
Oh my God, a Foxy. You know what? Let me go. Oh my God, am I going for PRX? Just Paper X.
Just Paper X?
Mm-hmm.
This guy never leaves. Not even for an Indonesian team like RRQ.
I'm not a Rashi.
There's enough Indos in Paper X to make this viable. What role would you take then?
What role? I'm not a duelist, so I guess other than duelist. So maybe, but then again, Paper X does not have a designated sentinel role. But I do wanna. I like sentinels. I like the sentinel role.
You'll be the dedicated sentinel role. All right. I see you. I get you. Next question. I don't know if you guys can reveal this information or have a lack of it, but is MSC and Esports World Cup the same or separate tournaments?
Huh.
I'm gonna be real.
Different.
I think it's different, but I think it's gonna be like a whole month sort of thing, where like, it's gonna be like international tournament, and then something else goes on for another title, and then finally EWC, and then it continues on.
I think actually Esports World Cup will include MSC.
Will include MSC as well?
Or maybe I think your theory is more sensible.
But I mean, the thing is, I don't know yet. I wish I could answer this question, but I have no clue. I really don't know. I really don't know at all.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to the next question. If MLBB is included in the next SEA Games, what is your dream team for Indonesia?
Let's go.
We'll start.
Romer Keyboy.
Oh, Romer Keyboy. All right. Keep it coming.
Mid lane Sans.
Mid lane Sans. All right, I'm seeing a trend. I'm seeing a trend.
Gold lane Skylar.
Gold lane Skylar. All right, I got a couple of questions on that one. All right.
EXP. Oh, this one's tough. But I'ma have to go with EXP. Sorizo.
Chorizo EXP. Okay. All right.
Jungler. I'ma give it to Super Ken.
You're gonna give it to Super Ken?
6 man?
Interesting.
Do I have a 6 man?
Okay, I'll give you a 6 man. What's the 6 man? Who's the super sub?
Has.
Haas? All right. Okay, I can see it
man.
actually.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it. I can see the vision. I can see the vision for sure. Ooh. Why Skylar though? You still think he's got it?
Okay, let's compare to the other gold laners. I know CW perhaps is also up there. But I feel. Oh no, never mind. I think it's. I just like Skylar's gameplay more in a sense. I think he's more a risk taker, which makes makes it more interesting.
Makes it more interesting. Man just likes his personality. Man needs some eye candy up there.
Oh my god.
He wants to be bricked up when Indonesia walks up for the SEA Games. He's looking for one guy. All right. Second, here comes the next coming question. Is there ever a time where the competitive scene is immediately changed after a patch?
ID, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it I don't want to say immediately change but it changed significantly to one of the teams. Like Alter Ego, pre-patch. I get season 11, if I'm not mistaken, season 11, season 10, where they were just rolling, being undefeated, going crazy with Udil, Selly Boy, Pi, also still in the lineup. But post-patch, Zoink, Boink, they are very, very different. But then, on a more general idea, I think the patch where there was EXP and Gold, right? I think that also changed, like, differently. When was that? 2020? Or
Was it the
EXP Gold?
EXP Gold? Oh, as in the funnel meta, or are we talking when it was like the big transition from like double fighter lanes into actual marksmans?
Yeah. That
That happened in season 6. I want to say 6, 7 around there is when it happened.
And I think most teams, or all of the teams, they changed their direction, right? Like both two fighters. Suddenly there's a marksman because there's a gold lane. So that I think that significantly changed the competitive scene.
There's a dab popping in the middle of an official tournament. Okay, yeah, that covers it. Do you ever have a time where you are like being challenged by your fellow casters? Oh, that's interesting. Do you ever have a
course.
time? Of course. What do you mean? Explain yourself.
Being challenged as in, like, okay, M4 was a very good example, right? It was Gideon. There was all of these casters, right? Oh, wait, I forgot. There were like Lafel, Gideon, Wolf, and there were Naisu as well. Came in Leo, and in a way, it challenged me to like learn from these guys, know what's because they were the casters back. They were the casters, so that moment it challenged me how to balance the table. How do I want to? What do I bring to the table and whatnot? And that is where I feel like M4 was a game changer and also very very great experience on and off the desk.
Well, I'm glad we can provide you guys that experience, or at least the eye-opening experience. Our
Yep.
next question here is has already been answered in the podcast itself.
Yep.
I can do this for you real quick. How did it start as a caster? Already in the podcast. Favorite team in MLBB? We haven't addressed that one. What is your favorite team in MLBB as of right now, Gnie?
Gnie reminds you guys of Onic. Albert. My name is Albert, and he is also Team Onic. So Onic.
That's why he has 2 out of the 5 players in his dream team for Southeast Asia. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it lines up. It lines up. Is he going out with the Turna? Yes, he is going out with the Turna. The following question is: if Gugun continues to improve, will he get first team's jungler over Kyrie?
Whoa. I mean, yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Right? I mean, who's to say he couldn't? But he needs to stay consistent, and that's the important word there. Improve. He improves. If he continues to improve, will he? The answer is maybe still.
Will he? Maybe. All right. Third question: do you think there are moments in casting where you want to improve on?
Do you think there are moments in casting where you want to improve on? Of course. Of course, like every. So when wait, like on the moment casting or just in casting in general? Because in general, of course, I want to improve in casting a lot of aspects. But do you think there are moments in casting where I want to improve on? Like during? Like
I think is there let's rephrase the question a little bit. Let's rephrase it to: is there like a particular moment that you would have I know that most casters have like this one core, I wouldn't say core memory, but like they definitely handle the situation like it could have been done a lot better in their mind.
oh yeah.
Do you have
Yep,
that one particular memory? If so, what was it and what was the improvement?
Mm, I think there isn't. I can't really. But I think there are. I think it's just me being a little bit too perfectionist in a sense, but I don't want to be meticulous as well. But
No. By all means, be meticulous, be perfectionist. Let's get your opinion on it, right? How do you view it? We need to see it through the glasses with the gaudy pill glasses.
the general idea is when I do PvP, I feel I missed a critical moment. I wish I could have like state that before I let's say state this. I think it happens it happened a few times as well where something critical like this week there was this huge this teleport play from Chip where I missed it. I didn't state it in my PV on my PvP. Looking back, oh my god, this was a huge critical play where where I missed to state it on my cast, and yeah, it happened. So yeah, I mean, it happens like that, where oh my god, I wish I state this. I wish I say this. It's so huge that play was huge for. I believe it was for Alter Ego. Rossi used Chip, and they were on the they were pressured with that play. Actually, they were the ones who are who won that game.
Okay, okay. The upcoming question here is, what are your thoughts on the upcoming patch? What do you think about the revamped Hellcurt? Do you think the meta will shake up will this shake up the meta slightly or drastically with the, take it with a grain of salt, tank's defense stats being buffed and all the tank items being nerfed, potentially encouraging damage items on fighters and non-tanks?
This might be huge, right? I haven't really I haven't read the big patch, but I've know the general idea, and I think the upcoming patch might be a game changer. I think it's time for assassins back in the jungler position now. So yeah, revamped Hellcurt, haven't really looked into it, so I can't really answer. Gotta be honest with you. Have you? Do you know the revamped Hellcurt?
No,
change?
no.
Not yet, right?
I've skipped over it until they actually pump it out of the game. In terms of the upcoming patch notes, we have been given a little heads up on what it's going to be.
Yep.
But we're waiting. Yep. We're still waiting. We can't really talk about that until that actually comes out officially. And for all we know, what we are seeing could be different from what is coming out in the game. It's not like it hasn't occurred before. So I don't think I can't personally say numbers specifically, but based on the overall changes, it feels like that's the direction that they want to take. But again, we gotta wait until the full patch comes out before we actually address it, because I need numbers before I say that, oh, it's coming back, the assassins are back.
True. So yeah, so let's see guys, wait for the official announcement, then we can talk about it.
Question for Gideon. Why is Lolios not getting replaced? Season after season, he is the weakest link of RSG. Does he hold RSG stock or something? No, he doesn't hold RSG stock, and I think because he's been with RSG for a while, RSG recognizes he's got a lot of potential. And I think right now, it's not because he needs to get replaced. The question is, how do you bring that out of a player? And I think that's what RSG is failing to do right now. They're failing to... For context, RSG has been doing pretty poorly in MPL MY as of right now, Gnie. And their coach, their head coach, Coach Rain, takes full responsibility for some of their losses, for their recent losses. They just weren't prepared enough. There are certain things that they could have done better. For me, based on what I can see on the outside, it just looks like the team isn't working together as well as it should. It's not a well-oiled machine just yet. And I think what they lack right now is a direction of how they want to play the game, right? That way they can invest their time properly in how do we perfect this style of game. But that's just me in terms of a process with a team, right? I'd rather focus on one thing, get really good at it, and then start diverging into other strategies before anything happens, or at the very least figure out an identity that they want to start off with. I think that's the big thing for RSG that's been missing from them. I think their players are okay. It's just they've got problems to fix. The next question. Next Wednesday, will there be a new patch according to Gnie and Gideon and MPL ID and MPL Malaysia? Is there a unique hero pick? When is next Wednesday? Next Wednesday is 1st of May. Is that when the patch is coming out? I can't.
Next Wednesday or this Wednesday?
Next Wednesday. It should be. I can't say that with my chest, unfortunately. I don't 100%.
You gotta wait, Aziza. You gotta wait.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the details of that. I'll see if I can pull it up. If I can't, then maybe another time. The patch will probably come up before you get an answer from me. I think it's too early to talk about that. We need to study the game first. I mean, there's better prepared team with the latest patch who's estimated because... Oh, that one's also a tough one to answer, Aziza, because again, we need to wait for the patch to come out. Question for Gnie. What's your definition of being the best shoutcaster?
Ooh. Okay. Being the best shoutcaster, I think, of course, you need to there's roles. You need to master that role, master all of those roles. And also, I think what I feel like is underrated is to be the best shoutcaster. You also need there's also a skill where you can elevate your partners. You know, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like let's say the English desk ID. I know Eterna's strengths and weaknesses. I want to tap into her strengths rather than weaknesses. I know Mirko's, let's say strengths and weaknesses. Let's tap into Mirko's strengths and weaknesses, let's say. So me, can also assist my fellow casters to tap into those strengths. And I feel like can, that for me, that's the best cast. That's the best caster version of me. You know.
Okay, okay. This leads us into the fourth question, right? This is the follow up. Do you
Okay.
think that your casting skills will help you when you finally step away from casting?
Hmm. Casting skills, not straightforward, but it will help me. I think analyze because and also react. I think it will help me in that aspect. Like you need to react
You're gonna
when
be in a
you're
business.
casting.
You're gonna be in a business meeting and just be like, "Sir, we're back. We're going background. Boom, bang, bada, bing."
The ad libs, the ad libs. That way,
Ad-libs.
that will help definitely. But no, but I think subtle aspects, subtle departments, it will help, but not as straightforward because casting MLBB, especially, right? It's so unique. It's so niche, but communication, talking to people, that is where I feel like yes, you can definitely learn from experience. You can also casting skills, maybe yeah, just reacting and analyzing. I guess being observant can also help you outside the industry. I
Hmm.
believe.
Okay. All right. Final question here. Final question, people. Question to Gani. What do you feel whenever Eterna teases Yaoi on broadcast?
Okay. Great question, but now
Does it ever get to you, Gani? I wonder.
okay. I think because now I don't really get bothered by it because I think I have already established a very strong connection and relationship with Eterna, so I don't get bothered by it. Maybe it would hit differently if it was let's say my first year or my first couple of months with Eterna. Maybe it would hit me differently, but now I don't really get bothered by it. Because there's already a heads up by her as well.
All right.
There's
All right.
already this sort of communication, there's already this understanding. So that side, I don't really get triggered. I'm not triggered by it,
All right.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Gani, follow up question. If you had to describe yourself as a lover, how would you
Hmm.
describe yourself as a lover?
As a lover, okay. I don't want to sound like I'm self-proclaiming.
Self-proclaim it. Fuck it. It's not like I'm in a relationship with you. And here I am with the massive titties.
Okay. You haven't changed.
Nah,
Wow.
nah, nah. Gotta
Just the,
gotta keep the viewers entertained. Gotta keep
okay.
them stuck on for the Q&As.
As a lover, as a partner, I feel like I am a very understanding, but you need to communicate before I can understand. If you communicate it beforehand, I will definitely understand or try to understand. And I feel like I'm a very fair partner as well. Um, where I feel like if you do something wrong, I will say it. If I do something wrong, please say it.
Uh-huh.
If I am not aware. What else? I think you need to ask Eterna how to describe me.
All right, all right.
But
I'll ask her.
along those
There'll be a
lines.
day. There'll be a day where all of the juicy sweet tea is gonna get leaked. That's what I. How else am I supposed to turn this into a monetizable show if I don't get the sweet deets? Gani, are you a jealous lover? Are you do you ever like what's your red flag? What about you? Like I want to hear it from you what your red flag is. So if Eterna says the same thing, I can be like, all right, we're on the same page. Like I got your back if it's the same. If it's not, I'll be like, I wasn't ready for this.
Red flag. Red flag for me is
You're too humble.
wait.
You're too
let me think.
smart.
I guess apart from being the obvious, like let's say unfaithful, blah blah blah. I guess the biggest red flag for me would be, how do I let's say, if you don't, if you're not being transparent, is it the same?
If you're
I guess
not
it's the same
being
thing.
transparent. Okay, yeah, sure. No. I can take that. I can take that. Not how I meant the question, but interesting to see a different perspective on this at the very least. I was wondering if you had to identify a red flag in yourself, what would it be?
Oh,
Yeah. But it's good to know, it's good to know.
I-
I can't wait to ask Eterna what her red flag is, and she's just like, I'm just terrible at communicating.
Then you'd be like, what the fuck?
Bitch, I got you.
Okay. What was the question again?
What is a red flag that you identify in yourself?
Okay. Me, I guess not being ambitious enough. Ambitious enough. I guess that's a thing that I need to work on.
Oh. Oh, not the answer I was expecting at all, actually.
Oh, what are you expecting?
I don't know. Definitely not that. I was like, oh, a drug problem? Just being too good looking? Like, the list goes
What the
on.
heck? My God, no.
Yeah. I would have been like Ryoma. I would have been like, bitch, I don't have no red flags. I wear rose-colored glasses. That sort of thing. All right.
Oh my God.
All right, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, Gani, for coming on to the show. This is your debut on the MPL After Hours. I hope to get you on some more, like with the rest of the other personalities. So until the next time we have a chit-chat with you, once again, to all the viewers, all 23 of you who are still sticking around for the Q&A, thank you so much for sticking on for the stream. I appreciate it so much. And with that being said, we are going to be ending the show here and now. That's going to be the MPL After Hours Q&A session already done. Let me just put my titties away real quick. We're going to be saying goodbye here. Yep, it's back into the suit. I told you, it's useful. We're going to be closing it out here. Thank you so much to everybody who's been watching. If you enjoy the content, please like as much as you can. Like the stream, like the videos. Don't forget to share it. Don't forget to also consider becoming a subscriber to the channel if you enjoy the content. And on top of the fact, if you extra want to get in deeper in on the content, well, then you can. You can directly support it with a QR code in the social buzz, which you can find down in the description, as well as becoming a member of the YouTube channel itself. We got 3 different tiers, and we got stickers to come along with it. Don't forget to join the Discord for any more questions that you want to start asking to some of the talents, because I will let you guys know ahead of time who the talents are in the Discord channel. So thank you so much. Bye-bye. It's been a good time. Hey, thank you so much. Keep on, keep it up. Yep, keep the audio going. Yep, keep ad-libbing. Yep, whoa. But skip.
No.